What if the face of Cleopatra survived not in a royal statue, not in a palace, and not inside a forgotten tomb, but on a small piece of bronze that ordinary people once carried in their hands? More than 2,000 years ago, this humble-looking coin traveled through the markets and streets of ancient Egypt. Empires have disappeared, palaces have turned to ruins, and Cleopatra herself became a legend. Yet her image remained trapped in metal. The question is, what can this ancient bronze coin really tell us about the woman behind one of history's most famous names? Cleopatra VII ruled Egypt during the final years of the Ptolemaic Kingdom, a dynasty that had controlled Egypt for nearly 3 centuries. She became queen in 51 BC and inherited a kingdom surrounded by political danger. Rome was growing stronger, Egypt was facing internal struggles, and powerful enemies were waiting for an opportunity to take control. Cleopatra understood something important. A ruler needed more than an army. She needed influence, legitimacy, and a way to make her authority visible everywhere. That is where coins became incredibly powerful. Every time someone received one of Cleopatra's bronze coins, they were holding a tiny piece of royal propaganda. The coin carried the queen's portrait and symbols connected with her authority. It was not designed simply to make trade easier. It was also a message from the throne. Wherever the coin traveled, Cleopatra's identity traveled with it. But then comes the detail that continues to surprise people today. Cleopatra's portrait on ancient coins does not necessarily match the glamorous image created by modern movies and popular culture. On surviving bronze coins, she is often shown with a strong profile, prominent facial features, and a royal hairstyle. Ancient rulers were not necessarily trying to create photographic portraits. Their images were carefully designed to communicate power, status, and legitimacy. And this makes the coin even more fascinating. Imagine a merchant in ancient Alexandria receiving this bronze piece. Perhaps a soldier carried it after being paid. Perhaps it passed through the hands of a farmer, a traveler, or a trader crossing the Nile. Nobody could have known that thousands of years later, historians and collectors would study the same portrait trying to understand the woman who once ruled Egypt. But Cleopatra's reign was moving toward a dangerous ending. Her alliance with Julius Caesar had already connected her fate with Rome. Later, her relationship with Mark Antony placed her directly against Octavian, the Roman leader who would eventually become Augustus. In 31 BC, the Battle of Actium destroyed Cleopatra and Antony's hopes of defeating Octavian. 1 year later, Cleopatra died, and the independent Ptolemaic Kingdom came to an end. Egypt became part of the Roman world. Yet her bronze coins survived. That is the extraordinary mystery of this ancient object. The kingdom disappeared, the royal palace fell silent, and Cleopatra became a legend. But somewhere, pieces of her reign remained hidden in the ground, waiting centuries to be discovered. Today, a Cleopatra bronze coin is far more than an old piece of metal. It is a surviving witness to the final chapter of ancient Egypt's independence. Its worn surface carries the marks of time, while the portrait continues to stare back at us across more than 2 millennia.